Holly Schindler here. As you can see, it's a snowy day in the Ozarks, which makes this the perfect day to catch up on a little reading. It also makes this the perfect day to do my very first In My Mailbox vlog post. As we all know, In My Mailbox was started by the Story Siren. And as I've done my own blog interviews, I've always been asked what it is that I'm reading or what my favorite books of all time are. I've always said that it's an eclectic mix, that my tastes are really all over the place, but nothing really shows that off quite as well as my recent book haul. I purchased all of these books on the same day, and they've all finally arrived, so I'd like to let you guys in on what it is I'm going to be reading. The first novel that arrived is Katherine Hines' Jumpstart the World. I've been really anxious to read this book for some time. This book is about a young girl who starts to fall in love with a man that she eventually realizes is transgender. So this is very timely, actually, right now. Also, in addition to being a fantastic author, Katherine Hines is one of the absolute most approachable authors out there right now. So if there are any of you out there who have been a fan for a long time but have been a little hesitant to reach out to her, I know contacting authors can sometimes be intimidating. You should absolutely not be intimidated about contacting Katherine. She is fantastic. As soon as you get through watching this post, you ought to head on over to her website and say hi. This is Katherine Hines, Jumpstart the World. This next book, I found out about this book through a Twitter recommendation, actually. Carrie at A Good Addiction, who is actually helping to organize one of my Playing Her blog tours, recommended this novel to me. It's called The Nightmares, and it's by Dan Palakki. This is the first time I've ever been exposed to this author. This is a middle grade. I'd say it's more of an upper middle grade, and it features a couple of kids who are having nightmares that come to life. It features a curse and some artifacts that are somehow powerful, and I'm really anxious to get to this one and find out how all of those threads wind up coming together. So this is The Nightmares by Dan Palakki. Next in line, we've got The Replacement by Brenna Yavinoff. And this is a YA. When my debut of Blue So Dark hit Booklist Top 10 First Novels for Youth, I instantly became interested in the rest of the books on the list. And this is one of those novels. This features a changeling who winds up venturing into the underworld to help a young girl whose sister has gone missing. So this one instantly captured my attention, and I love this cover. I think this is a grab-me cover. And it's The Replacement by Brenna Yavinoff. Also from Booklist Top 10 First Novels for Youth, we've got Griff Carver, Hallway Patrol. And it's by Jim Krieg. And this is also, we're back to middle grade with this book. But this book seems to me like it's going to feature a lot of humor. This is about a hallway patrolman who busts a counterfeit hallway pass ring. So it sounds like this one's going to have a lot of kind of lighthearted humor. So I'm anxious to get to that one as well. Griff Carver, Hallway Patrol. Next we've got Carrie Fisher's Wishful Drinking. And if any of you are not instantly familiar with that name, she's actually the actress who played Princess Leia in the original Star Wars trilogy. Wishful Drinking has also become apparently a one-woman show, and I managed to catch that show on HBO shortly before Christmas, and I was in the floor the entire time. She has fantastic sense of humor. She's also the daughter of a couple of famous people, Eddie Fisher, the singer, and Debbie Reynolds, the actress. And this is autobiographical. She has a great way of poking fun at herself and what it was like to grow up in a household with two famous people. And you know, I really admire anybody who has the ability to write with humor. It's really tough because so much of comedy depends on really timing. And how do you get timing on a printed page? So I'm really anxious to get to this one and find out how Carrie Fisher manages to incorporate her humor on the page. That's Wishful Drinking, Carrie Fisher. Next in line, last but not least, we've got True Grit by Charles Portis. And one of my favorite books of all time is Lonesome Dove. And I've heard that True Grit is one of, if not the best Western ever written. So I'm really anxious to get to this one. I was a bit surprised by the length of it. I was expecting a fat book as fat as Lonesome Dove. So this one looks like it's going to be quick and fast-paced. It also does feature, though, a 14-year-old protagonist. So even though this is not really YA, it does have YA overtones with that young protagonist. So again, that's True Grit by Charles Portis. And that does it for my book haul. Again, this is Holly Schindler wishing you all fantastic mailbox hauls full of wonderful books. And I'll talk to you next time.